Thank you. Thank you. First, I'd like to congratulate all the other inductees tonight. You all have an incredible and impressive bio, and I'm honored to be part of a great Hall of Fame tonight. Last year, about a year and a half ago, I met Coach Palmer for dinner in Atlanta, and I asked him after dinner, I said, "Coach, what's it going to take to get into the Hall of Fame?" And he looked at me and he said, "I thought you were already in it." And I said, "No, I'm not." So he said, "Well, let me take a look at the record book and I'll see what I could do." And he, true to his word, he called me about a month later to inform me that I was getting inducted. And I was extremely humbled at the fact that all my accomplishments at UNH didn't go unnoticed. The phone calls, the text messages after that were unbelievable from friends and colleagues from all over the country. It brought back a lot of great memories, but a lot of thoughts went through my head at the same time. One was, wow, what an opportunity for me to get into this exclusive club. So many other great athletes before me have gotten in, and now I'm one of them. And one of the definitions of an opportunity is a set of circumstances that make it possible to do something. When I was 19, I was dealt a set of circumstances. My grades were okay. I was running out of college offers to play football, and I knew I could play football at the collegiate level, but I didn't have a home. And as the story goes, and it was verified 2 years ago, but the story goes, Mike Maroney and Greg Ortman were in Coach Mack's office, and the phone rang, and Coach Mack picked it up, said, "Yes, sir." "Okay, thank you." And he looked at Ortman and Maroney and said, "That was the mayor of Torrington, Mike Conway, saying that I need to get Mike Murphy into this university." So, to me, I didn't believe that. Fast forward 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to get into the Torrington Sports Hall of Fame. Mike Conway was the MC, who was the mayor at the time of Torrington. And I had asked him, and I was sitting left of the podium, and he was a heavy-set man. And he looked over at me, and he said, "Murph, the story about me calling Coach Mack to get you into the University of New Haven is true." And he leaned over and he said, "But you weren't an easy sell, I could tell you that." So, Coach Mack, thanks for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry Coach Palmer can't. He obviously had a surgery, he couldn't attend. But Coach Mack and his staff at UNH gave me the opportunity, which was to come here and play football and to get a great first-class education. I look at the tables of my teammates and friends and realize how fortunate we were to be given an opportunity to come play football for Coach Mack or Coach Palmer, which I had Coach Mack for 2 years, Coach Palmer for 2. Through that opportunity, we were able to get a great education, play a sport we loved, and form bonds that would last a lifetime. And it's proof tonight on how many are here tonight to support me and this event. Hey, we weren't the greatest athletes, we weren't the smartest of students, but there was one thing we knew, and that was how to play football. And we played it well. And back in '84 and '88, the facilities weren't anything like they are today. Back then, we didn't have the practice field outside the field house. We didn't have anyone carry our water or our helmets. We had to do all that. We had to walk a mile to Kerrigan Field, which was our practice field. It was better known for having more rocks, bottles, and glass on the field than grass itself. But through the sport of football, the opportunities we had to grow as individuals was life-changing. For example, during that time, we're fortunate to have the opportunity to watch Greg Ortman and Mike Maroney fist fight every single year in 2 days. And they roomed together. They were like best friends. We had the opportunity to watch Dave Hobner. He wanted to pile drive everyone and cheap shot us when we weren't looking. How my roommate, best friend from Torrington High School, Brian Cerruto, we roomed 4 years at UNH. His first year, first week, he wanted to go home because he was so tired of being hazed and they made him sing in double sessions, and he wanted to go home, and I was like, we're not going anywhere. The assassin, Dave Peterson, not saying a word to anybody, next thing you know, he's taking someone's head off. Alan Love, my co-captain, you couldn't tell if he was mad at you or excited to see you. He always had that smile on his face. Plus the conversations we had in the huddle with John Corey, Pete Giannakis, Pat Behan, Matt Bozzo, in the huddle, discussing during the games, what time are we going to get to Toad's Place or Demery's. Great memories. But over my career at UNH, there's so many people to thank for my success. From my coaches, Coach McElreavy, Coach Palmer, to the late Tony Sperano, Coach Mortali, Coach Bush, Coach McKissick, and really to all the professors at UNH. The classroom lessons, the life lessons I learned have lasted a lifetime. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the education and experiences I received at UNH. You know, my parents, they loved all the sports we played, my brother played, and they rarely missed a game my brother and I played. They'd be extremely proud to see this tonight. But next best is my sisters, Maggie, Kate, Mary, Jane. They all came from Vegas and Connecticut. My two brothers, Tim and Pat. Tim came from Atlanta, Pat came from Torrington, and their spouses, of course. You have always supported me in everything I did, and I thank you for that. My family, my wife Cheryl, my two kids, Thomas and Aaron, who have listened to all the college stories over and over. They know all the characters of the book, and they're meeting the characters tonight. You all are what drives me to do my very best every day, so thank you. So in closing, when I came to UNH, I had a set of circumstances. I got an opportunity, and I made something positive out of that opportunity. So thank you to the university, thank you to the Hall of Fame committee, and thank you to all that have come out tonight to support me and the rest of the inductees. Go Chargers.